My name's Toph, because it sounds like tough.
What's up guys and welcome back to On The Brick, where this week we are looking at the Toph minifigure from ExtraMinifigures / Fig Fab Labs. Juanjo Garcia did correctly guess that, and Brickmeister, you were also right in saying why. Also, I know I haven't shown off Sokka yet, but I will. Now, if you're watching this video, then you probably saw the thumbnail, so I'm just gonna get right to it. This one is not very good. ExtraMinifigures has made versions of the rest of the gang. I showed off his Aang, Katara, and Zuko already, and all of those are actually really good. Sokka is too, but like I said, I haven't gotten to that yet. They had plenty of details, the printing was nice, the piece selection was also well done. Overall, the figures came out great. But unfortunately with this one, I just don't think any of that really holds true. While I do think that it's capable of holding up on its own, and of course it's recognizable, when you look at this you can tell that it is Toph, unfortunately I don't think that's quite enough to redeem it. There are some rather lackluster parts of this, so let's just get into that. To start with, one of the areas I do like, I think the print design on the torso here is really good. I think it matches what we see from Toph, and even though it's very simple, it's still nicely done. I personally don't think that the curved or indented waist was really necessary. She doesn't have any green on her sides and it kind of does look weird, but that's just a nitpick really. And like I said, on its own it stands fine, but for instance, here's Aang, made by the same designer, and it's so much more detailed, and I don't really know what happened with Toph here. Moving on, these arms are kind of weird. I like the dual molded green and flesh tone, but the black printing on it really just does not look good. These black areas are meant to represent Toph's wrist straps, which are totally fine. However, it's the 180-degree printing that makes it really fall flat. If it was full wraparound 360 printing, similar to what CAC now does, then it would definitely look a lot better and I wouldn't have anything bad to say about it. But as it is, and with the trailing off of the printing, I just don't think it really looks that good. One other thing they could have done to try and make it look better is maybe put some green on the hands, but as it is right now, I find it a little lackluster. However, there are two really big problems with this minifigure that kind of just ruin it for me, and one is the use of the short legs. Yeah, Toph is shorter than the rest of the gang with 2 A's, but not by that much, and in Lego form, I don't think it justifies using the short legs here. However, on top of that, the utter lack of any printing on the legs makes it feel not only lazy, but incomplete. Like, there should be something here. But the other big issue that I have with this is the hairpiece. While this is technically the best hairpiece that there could be for Toph, it's missing one really big component. If I pull up this image from earlier again, you'll notice the giant green and yellow hairband going across her hair, which is completely missing from here. And honestly, it would make a huge difference if it had it. If this hairpiece had that printing on it, or a custom molded piece or something like that, then it would be 1,000 times more recognizable as Toph, and people probably wouldn't care as much, because as it stands, this is just like 50s hairstyle Toph, and not necessarily Toph herself. Now, one of the smaller issues that this Toph figure does have is unfortunately some bad printing, and I don't mean like the arms. It's kind of subtle, but if you look at it here, you can tell that the side and the front don't necessarily align. And yeah, this isn't really that big of a deal, but I've had a lot of quality issues coming from Fig Fab Labs, and it's surprising when you see something like Clone Army Customs, who tend to never have issues like this, however small they may be. However, if you remember, this isn't the only Toph which has printing issues. A while ago, I looked at the Avatar minifigures from minifigs.me, that is the Toph which is on the right currently, and one of the big issues I had with it is the printing is slightly off throughout the entire figure. They use the same hairpiece, but one comparison I really wanted to point out here is that I love the head ExtraMinifigs on the left used. She actually has blind eyes, which is a really nice touch. However, I like the legs on the right minifig much more. In fact, I think a combination of the two would probably be perfect. But let me know all your thoughts on this in the comments down below. Do you not like her as much as I don't? And I mean, the character is wonderful. And also remember to hit that like button and subscribe. We are so close to 4,800 subscribers. I would really love to get there soon. Throughout the month of February, we are going to be looking at awesome female characters because female February sounded awesome. So next week, we are going to be looking at someone who's had a few run-ins with an alien, or aliens, or Aliens 3. I think she was in Resurrection. I never actually saw that one. That's enough hints. If you haven't already, consider checking me out on Instagram because I am so close to 800 followers, Discord in the link down below, and of course on Patreon where you can join all of these wonderful, wonderful people and get shoutouts like Jonathan and Project Elements. I was kind of just trying to extend the runtime to match the length of the song, but now we're there. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.